Yo, what's up? I'm back in California. I'm currently in Santa Anita, California. I have the Santa Anita racetrack behind me for you guys. It's a famous horse racing place. And in this video, I'm going to talk about synchronicity and the energy ties between sexual or romantic partners. Now, over the last couple weeks, I've been really into Carl Jung. Carl Jung was a really influential, really top guy in this field, psychiatrist and psychologist. He had all this research and new insights on the human psyche. He was like the guy who came after Freud, and they were both kind of working together on stuff like the Myers-Briggs personality test and stuff like that. And Carl Jung is known for having some really far out there ideas. He talks about synchronicity, which I've talked about in some of my previous videos, which is like meaningful coincidences. He talks about the collective unconscious and how collectively things manifest sometimes. It's some really cool stuff. And it's really cool because he was this like top guy in his field, and he said he was really nervous about putting out like research papers about this far out stuff because people would just reject and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was reading it took him 20 years before he like released a paper about synchronicities because it's such a far out thing. Freud was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like meaningful coincidences unfolding. We're supposed to be talking about like this very scientific, like psychological data, and you're talking about meaningful coincidences that the universe is manifesting. And Carl Jung said it took him 20 years before he started talking about synchronicities like publicly, because he just had so many synchronicities happen to him that was just something that beyond a shadow of a doubt, he knew how this was how reality works and just needed to talk about it, even though he was very high up in this field and had a big reputation to protect. Now in this video I kind of want to give you a way, maybe just a little lens to look through where you could experience some like synchronicities, or how you could see how the collective unconscious can unfold in your own life. And one of the biggest ways I've seen synchronicities happen, and just through talking to my friends how they've seen synchronicities happen, or how like the collective unconscious energy has unfolded between like energies, is between sexual relationships, sexual partners, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, one-night stands, any like connection between the opposite sex, any romantic connection, if you're homosexual or romantic connection there, whatever it is. And I'm gonna give you 3 examples of like synchronicities that me and my friends have experienced through just like romantic connections. So the first one is for me in my life, whenever I've had any like romantic connection with a girl, whether it be like a one-night stand, a fuck buddy, or maybe I was dating a girl for a while, almost every single time I will always run into that girl like a month or 2 later after a little fling or after a little one-night stand. It's like the universe is like, you still have some energy exchange that needs to happen between the two of you, and will coincidentally put us two together. Like we'll run into each other in the most random place and like still have some sort of energy exchange happens. And this has happened time and time again for me. It's like freaky. I'll like have a one-night stand with a girl, and then like it's like either I'm still thinking about her or maybe she's still thinking about me, but there's something in the collective unconscious between the two of us that still needs to unfold. There's still some energy exchange, some closure that still needs to happen that's on one of our minds, and it manifests in the collective unconscious. So maybe I'll run into her and we'll have like some sort of conversation, or something will happen where one of us will, be able to break that energy exchange that one of us still has. But time and time again, I run into girls I used to hook up with, have romantic connections with. It's like the collective unconscious unfolding, or like thoughts about each other manifesting, whether the girl's still thinking about me and needs some closure or something, but it's weird. And I was actually talking to my friend Morten in Norway, and he said he actually has a term for this. He and his friends call it friendly faces, which is after he hooks up with a girl or something, almost every single time he'll run into that girl, and like there'll be some sort of energy exchange that still needs to happen, whether it's just seeing each other and letting go, or some conversation they need to have. But time and time again, me and all my friends have experienced synchronicities where we run into a girl that we used to hook up with or something like that. The universe just like brings us together. There's still some energy exchange that needs to happen. The second little thing was, just a little like romantic sexual energy exchange synchronicity, was my friend just broke up with his ex-girlfriend like a month ago, and he got the Tinder app, an app that you can meet girls through this app on your iPhone. And he said the first girl that he got matched with on Tinder had the same exact name as his ex-girlfriend that he just broke up with. And and he was like, what the fuck, the universe is just teasing me. This is a joke. The universe is a joke. It was like a kind of obscure name too. Like the chances of that happening were like insane. But the first girl he matched with had the same exact name as his ex-girlfriend. So just things like that. It could be an infinite amount of different things of ways the synchronicity, the energetic exchange could happen. But that was like a thing that happened to him, and it was like, what the fuck? And like the third thing is, which is kind of along the same lines, is that if I like really liked a girl in the past, this is like a personal thing for me, it just like kind of coincidentally happens that lots of the girls I meet in the future that I'm attracted to will have that same exact name. I'll like hook up with a girl named blank, and then later on over the next like 2 years I'll keep running into girls who have that same exact name, and that girl will like always be attracted to me. And it's like I want to get that name out of my system and like let it go away, but it's still like it's still like in the collective unconscious, it's still like in my thoughts or something. And it's like that name is chasing me, or it's like I'm chasing that name. I still want that girl, so it manifests in the collective unconscious of me meeting lots of girls with the same name to help me get over that girl. So you know, it's like, well, what's Luke talking about? But the point I want to make to you in this video is to really open your mind, open up your consciousness to like synchronicity. And the best example I could give to you is like romantic sexual synchronicities, of where there's still like some energetic exchange in the collective unconscious between you and that girl, between the people around you, that still needs to manifest in reality. And I was just curious if you guys have experienced stuff like that. Maybe you always run into your ex-girlfriend like at the most random times. Just the other week I was with my friend and he ran into his ex-girlfriend in like a really random place. It was actually really funny. So I think it's almost like one person's thoughts still manifesting and needing closure in the relationship. There's still some energetic exchange that needs to happen between you and that girl or whatever it is. So I just wanted to open up your guys' minds, start to like think about things in this sort of way. Very far out stuff, but if you start thinking about it, it'll start becoming true in your reality. You're like, what the fuck, what are up with all these coincidences and like synchronicities, girls with the same name as me running into that girl. And I was just curious if you guys had any synchronicity stories between you and like an ex-girlfriend, a girl you had a one-night stand with or something. Any weird stories of synchronicities or whatever I'm talking about in this video that you'd like to share with us in the comments below. Please go ahead and do that. Maybe you always run into your ex-fuck buddy or something. Maybe you have some cool stories. Share that below. And for all of you guys who don't know much about Carl Jung, I really highly recommend maybe a little Google search. He has some awesome ideas. I've been really into him lately. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.